Good morning and good afternoon, depending on wherever you at. The time this recording, this is episode 169 of the Restricted Zone podcast, man. We with a big cast today with a special guest making his first appearance. We're going to introduce the guest. Rick, introduce yourself to the subscribers and all our viewers, man.
What's going on? How's everybody doing? My name is Rick. Happy to be here. Appreciate Colin that invited me on here. Happy to be here with the rest of the fellas. Big sports fan. I just like talking about having real good conversations, talking about sports. So I'm here for everything.
Absolutely. We couldn't be more than glad to have you on this episode. On to the usual cast, the smartest man. Introduce yourself.
As you already know who it is, the smartest man on the podcast, I always say. I'm here to give out the knowledge, not give out ridiculous takes.
All right. Here we go. We started off with that. Chris, introduce yourself, Kings fan. Excuse me, Raiders fan.
See.
No. It's a football episode.
I'm wearing.
You right. You right.
We could talk about your trash ass Sixers another time. Anyway, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm back after a short hiatus. Talk about some football. Kendrick, smartest man. I saw you looking at me. Don't get me started on the Sixers, brother. I don't want you to go home early. I don't want you to go home. I need you to log off early.
We're not even talking about basketball. We're not even talking about basketball.
You know who we starting it. You know who we
I
starting
can't wait
it. Tell
to
brother
talk
stop
about
the beef.
Those basketball discussions will be very fire. Very fire.
You gotta tell brother stop the beef. He the one that want to keep the violence going. But
yeah, stay out of Sacramento, y'all. Stay out of Sacramento. But with that being said, hold on. We're leaving Sacramento. We're going to Philly.
Not even 3 minutes in.
We're going to Philly.
3 minutes in. And this already happened. This is an everyday thing. This is what I deal with every day. Like, what type of time did he be on?
We are recording right now. And listen, we're in Philly.
Because you want to get your 2 cents off about your trash ass Sixers for no reason.
Yep.
Call me when you get past the second round.
Oh, you really want to start? But listen, with that being said, our feet is in the land. Our feet touch the land in Philly. We're going to introduce one of the amazing co-hosts right here. Mar, introduce yourself to the people, man.
You already know it is, bro. They call me Mar. I'm not here to kick all that brother knowledge stuff. I'm here to spill all the ridiculous takes. So whatever Kendrick got going on, I'm totally on that opposite right now.
All right, listen. Well, obviously we're gonna bring our analysis, put our smartest man cap on, right, Kendrick? With that being said, we're gonna dive right into it. Football. Last episode, a lot of you guys liked it. You guys left a lot of comments, especially in terms of people sharing it out. We really appreciate that. All the love and support doesn't go unnoticed. We really appreciate that. Even the subscribers, you guys are turning this up. We really appreciate it. It only motivates us to, to keep this, pushing out this content. And plus, we love sports. We're all sports fans. We love it passionately. We really appreciate the support. But with that being said, we're talking about NFL. What happened, Chris? We're talking about NFL. And we're going to start it off with the division winners. We're going to give our own prediction on each division on who we think is going to come out on top, who we think is the best out of that division, respectfully. So, let's start with the NFC, because I just feel like, why not? Right, Kendrick?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's why not? Why? Because we all know who the best, right? But I'm going to start with you, Kendrick. So who do you... No, Kendrick, don't do that. Don't look. No. See, listen. But no. We're letting Kendrick talk. Kendrick got the floor. Kendrick has the floor. You have your time. Go ahead, Kendrick. Pick your...
You just said that you put these little incentives in that just...
No.
The Eagles
you see,
just thinking...
Yeah.
Because... Rick, you don't understand the cycle this man goes through with every sports team in this damn city. You don't understand the cycle. He had to get the cycle from regular Sixers and Eagles fans. But you know what? I will let Kendrick go, because you're right. It's his time to talk. I just need you to stop putting in your little 2 cents every other sentence.
With that being said, Kendrick, the smartest man on the podcast. Your time to shine.
So... Are we doing so I'm picking the divisional winners for the NFC?
Yes, for the NFC, yes.
All right. Actually I've been doing a little something. I've been talking about other people with this. So
Okay.
For the NFC East, I have the Eagles. I just feel like
oh my goodness.
I feel like
already starting off negative.
I feel like the Giants is almost there. I think they got to move on from Danny Dimes to really actually make that push. That's my personal opinion. Because if they actually get a good quarterback down there, I'm going to be stressed out about it personally. Just like how the Commanders are up and up as well, low key. They just they figuring some things out. I feel like the Cowboys are still going to Cowboys, so even if they are good, I don't really see them doing anything else past being a divisional winner. But yeah, I'm really worried about the Giants and Commanders in these up and coming years because their defense is great. The Giants' defense is great. They have weapons. It's just that quarterback positions that's the only problem, and the O line. But the O line is coming together. But that quarterback position is really the main issue. So I'll say the Eagles for the NFC East, NFC North. I was in between the Lions and the Packers. I'm in between them because I was talking with a buddy of mine, and it was like the Lions did lose some key old linemen, so it's like, and they lost a little bit in their secondary, while the Packers have only improved and got a new D coordinator, and they got they got Josh Jacobs in that high-powered offense. So I think I'm going to give the edge to the Packers this year for sure to win the division. The NFC West, the NFC West, I'm going to give the 49ers because, I mean, until that core leaves, I don't see how they lose unless they all get injured. That's the only way the 49ers really have a downfall, if their key guys get injured, and it's just like, what is Brock Purdy supposed to do? Because if you believe in Brock Purdy winning you games without what he has around him, I'm sorry for you, buddy, but you're going to be disappointed. And then the NFC South, at first I did have the Falcons, but I think I'm going to dial it back and choose the Buccaneers because honestly, Kirk coming off a bum Achilles, and do I really see high value in it? I mean, he has the weapons, but it's still Kirk Cousins, though. You know what I'm saying? It's still Kirk Cousins, and that's what the drastic problem is. I understand Tampa Bay has Baker Mayfield, and I'm very indifferent because he's not consistent for me enough. But I mean, it's also the NFC South. That's like, throwing a pick in the garbage dump and figuring out which one comes out on top. You know what I'm saying? It's just like two sewer rats fighting. So whoever wins wins.
That's true. That's crazy. Man, crazy picks. Not crazy picks, but smartest man picks. Kendrick, I'm gonna swing it to you. I said Kendrick. Chris, I'm gonna swing it to you. Just give me your thoughts. Pick out your division leaders, and I hope you're not biased because remember, this is
How would I be? How anyway would I be biased for the NFC? Let's just ask that question first of all. How the hell anyway would I be biased for the NFC?
You got a good point.
Let's talk about the Eagles. I know you're gonna cheer for us, but it's like
so
just relax.
Again, how in hell would I be biased in any way? Anywho, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this about the NFC East, but the fact that we haven't had a single winner of that division go back to back since
the Eagles.
When they go back to back in
04-05.
04-05?
Yep.
Okay. Well, the Cowboys
20 years ago.
Yeah,
okay.
It happened.
Okay.
It happened.
So because of that, I definitely don't think the Cowboys are going to repeat. So by default, it has to be Eagles, unless the Commanders or the Giants just pull a miracle out of both their asses and just turn to that team all of a sudden. And I just don't see that happening. So, Eagles got to win the division. So, we can take care of that. I'm going to go out west first. Clearly, everybody knows the Niners are going to win the NFC West. Unless, like Kendrick said, unless everybody just so happens to get hurt or just forgets how to play football over the course of the next 3 or 4 months. That's the only way that they're not going to finish first. NFC North, I'm still firmly stuck on the Lions based off of what I saw last year. Now, yes, they lost a couple of players in the secondary like Cam Sutton because he wanted to get Cam Sutton, yeah, because he wanted to get arrested and Garner Johnson decided to head back to Philly. But with that being said, didn't they pick up a DB from Alabama and Teron Armstead?
Yep.
I believe I'm saying his name right. I hope I am. If I'm not,
I'm saying it. I wouldn't say it, but yeah.
I wouldn't. They picked up a DB. They still got Brian Banks in the secondary. And did we not see them pick up DJ Reader and Marcus Davenport for the defensive line? I mean, yeah, they might have lost some players, but they basically just replaced them. Everybody got paid that needed to get paid. So now at this point, it's just seeing what happens. And I feel like they're the team to beat. The Packers will be second. I get that, but I don't think anybody in that division can beat Detroit. When we go to the South, I'm also skeptical about Kirk Cousins just coming back from the Achilles injury. But at the same time, with saying that, these brothers might have one of the best secondaries in football. So is it really going to matter how Kirk Cousins plays? Because if he plays terrible, while I hate the fact that he's on this team, they still got Michael Penix that they could throw in there if they wanted to. Still got all the skill positions. Plus, they got a pass rush now to go along with a decent defensive line. And like I said, in my opinion, they got one of the best secondaries of football right now. You got two ball hawk safeties and Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons alone. And then you still got A.J. Terrell guarding your best receiver. I'm sorry. That 3 out of 4 is pretty crazy. 3 out of 4 is pretty crazy having your secondary. And again, when you look at the South, it's just like, I can't put the Saints up there after what they did last year because I had to win it last year because I just thought they were the most experienced team. And they keep falling apart. Buccaneers, I know the Buccaneers won last year, but it didn't look pretty. And I know Baker Mayfield had a nice little bounce back, and it was fun to see what he did against the Eagles in the wild card game. But I don't think he's going to do that again. I think he's just going to be a good quarterback, but I feel like they're going to need somebody after him. And the Panthers are the Panthers. They got a lot of room to improve on. So for that reason,
Jesus.
They need more than just him. But I get that. But for that reason, I think it's a safe bet to say that the Falcons, the Lions, the Niners, and the Eagles will win their respective divisions.
Okay, NFC predictions from Chris, Kendrick. Now we're going to swing it to Mar, then we're going to swing it to the guests. But Mar, give us your predictions in the NFC, man.
I'm going to say best for last. So to get this out of the way, we're going to go NFC West. I'd be dumb if I didn't say the 49ers. I don't really have to give any reason. NFC South, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. The Saints, same thing I said about last year. The Saints, they just get injured around week 10, and all the good players get hurt around week 10, so they're going to hurt themselves. The Panthers shouldn't even be a team anymore. The Falcons will be second, but I don't think they'll be able to beat the Buccaneers or anybody else for real. NFC North, I'm going to go with the Packers. Maybe you could say I'm biased. I'm low-key a Green Bay fan. They're like my second NFL team. I believe in Jordan Love. He's better than a lot of the quarterbacks out there. Shit, I'd be lucky to have him. And I just don't believe in Jared Goff, the game manager, to lead the Lions to win the division this year. Vikings, I don't even know who the Vikings quarterback is.
Sam Darnold.
Bears, exactly. And the Bears, they're just not ready yet. And now the best for last, because we're going to be in New York. I don't know how.
This is outrageous.
I don't know how no one doesn't have us winning the division.
This is outrageous.
Daniel Jones.
If I'm being honest.
Danny Jones.
Beat y'all last year.
Didn't we split 1-1? Didn't you win in week 17?
Go ahead, Kenny.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to know.
Oh my gosh. You're bragging on that. Go ahead, back him, Colin.
Was it week 17?
Go ahead and back him, Colin, for splitting with the Giants.
Was it week 17? Was it week 17 or 16?
What was it? 15 and 17, I believe. We almost won 15. I mean, y'all were
only
trying,
took week 7. Y'all only took week 17 now. I just want to make sure.
Y'all were really trying though.
Y'all were really trying though.
I mean, we were trying all year though, for real. But
y'all were. So I'm just saying. I mean, like, I feel like we can beat y'all. But like, the past 3 years, we've been rarely competitive with y'all, and I don't even know how to explain. So that just shows how terrible.
I mean, it's a divisional rivalry. Like, those are always competitive though.
I bet they are. I bet they are, but like I said, I got the Giants winning that division. I don't know.
Solid.
I just don't see it in the Eagles, to be honest.
I can't wait.
I don't like y'all defense.
I can't wait.
I just don't.
To be
I mean,
fair,
our linebackers are like stressful, but I can get behind everybody else.
That's all.
To be fair with the Eagles, because I forgot to mention this. I am really interested to see what Kellen Moore does.
Okay.
Because he's such a decent person to follow, in my opinion. Because he went from the Cowboys, where they had I think the number one offense. I know a top 5 offense for sure.
No, they were number 1 year.
They were number 1 with him? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 offense. But then I saw his play calling against the Buccaneers in the playoffs, and I was just like, is this what he really does? This who calling plays? So then they ship him out. Then he goes to the Chargers. And, for the first couple of weeks, their offense is kind of decent. Then they lose Justin Herbert. So, I'm not going to put that on him. I know he went to the Chargers mainly because he knew Brandon Staley's ass was gone no matter what. And he thought he was going to be a shoo-in for the new head coaching job. So now he comes to Philly. And I know it's a rental stop because he wants a head coaching job. He don't want to be the offensive coordinator forever. So I'm curious to see how it goes. Now, I don't expect anything to happen during the regular season itself unless players get hurt. I expect the Eagles to have a top 5 offense and all that. But I'm really interested to see what comes playoff time when he really got to call players, or if he's going to be shaking his boots and he's going to hand that clipboard to Sirianni and say, here, call the plays for me, coach.
Oh, God. If he handed to Sirianni, I might as well take over play caller.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see. And another thing, to piggyback on Martha's defense, he has me with this point right here. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a great addition to come back, but let's keep it whole stay. The brother's injury prone. He's starting to become injury prone. He's been hurt. He got hurt with the year with the Eagles, and he got hurt last year with the Lions, and he missed multiple weeks. Now, yes, he is a spark plug and all that, but y'all secondary is still kind of suspect unless these rookies and these second-year pros just take major leaps. So I might see James Bradbury and Darius Slay back out there. I know Bradbury's hurt for now. I know Bradbury's hurt for now.
Well, I mean, Slay's still starting, but Isaiah Rodgers is the other outside corner.
Okay. So was he a year 2 cornerback?
I thought he was year 3 because he didn't play all of last year because I think of gambling. I think he's year 3.
This is year.
So, but this is what I'm getting to. There's a lot of unproven players in that defensive backfield. There's a lot.
Isaiah hooped on the coach. I would just say he's hooping on the coach. I will say though, I will agree. I'm not really so much scared about our secondary. I'm really scared for our linebackers because I don't know why the Eagles don't want to invest in the linebacker position. They feel like they can go grab guys who are cable men and ShopRite employees. But I mean, hey,
hey man. Ah man. Okay, listen, Rick. The spotlight is on you, man. Your NFC divisional winner predictions before we swing to the AFC. I'm going to start with you, Rick.
I appreciate it. So I'm going to do the same thing as Martha. So I'm going to save the East for last.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to start out West. I think the clear answer is the 49ers. I just think that within the division, they look like the best team. But really, from last season, though, I did have the Seahawks being competitive. I just think this. I like the Seahawks' talent a little bit on both sides of the ball, maybe because of the weapons and kind of little safety. Like secondary. But really, the 49ers should really win that division. NFC South, though, I don't know what it is. I'm just high on the Falcons. And
really?
This was before they actually got Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons, really because of their offense. Arthur Smith held their offense back so much. I don't know how you draft Bijan Robinson and you don't even use him. He's going to be a weapon. I got him being a dangerous weapon as a running back. He already did so much in his rookie year, and imagine if he got the ball more. They got a real good combo with him and Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier is really good for anyone who doesn't watch him as much. So really good running backs. Kyle Pitts, hopefully they get him the ball more. Got to get Kyle Pitts the ball more. I'm not too high on Kirk Cousins. Obviously, the same thing, too. I wouldn't be surprised if they had some packages where Michael Penix ended up getting in there, too, maybe some throws. But if Kirk Cousins, if he could deliver the ball, you kind of see, and this was from the last video, how everyone mentioned how he was doing Logan Thomas before, T.J. Hawkinson. Hopefully, he tried to get Kyle Pitts involved. So if Kirk Cousins could kind of step his game up coming off that injury, I think that Falcons offense has a lot of potential. And they needed Matthew Judon on the defensive line, Grady Jarrett's cool and everything, but they needed that one pass rusher. The secondary should be dangerous. Really, I have the Falcons. If they're fully healthy and the coaching is great with the players performing well, I have them as a threat in the NFC.
Okay.
The team I'd rival with them in that division would be the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, really Mike Evans, that kind of offensive duo there. But really, I'm going to go with the Falcons on the NFC South. NFC North, really, I'm looking at either the Packers or the Lions. Is very close. And I know the hype around the Bears because of Caleb Williams coming in. And believe me, they got a lot of weapons on offense. I mean, a lot of weapons. And their defense is actually, I think defense might actually be solid too. I really thought getting Montez Sweat from the Commanders was a big move. They paid him that contract. I really thought that was a big move on defense. They should be solid. The offense looks scary though. I mean, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. They took DeAndre Swift from Philly because the Eagles ain't even use them right. Caleb, what you bringing in? I mean, the offense just sounds scary. But, Caleb's coming in as a rookie. I got to go with the more. I'm actually going to lean with the Packers a little bit more than the Lions. I'm going to go with the Packers a little more than the Lions. I like the Lions, and I really like the trenches. I love the trenches on the Lions, the offensive line, defensive line. They did lose some within the secondary. They got a great running back duo, but that offensive line really does push. So we'll see if Jared Goff, he got that contract. Let's see if he produces again. But I am actually a little bit of a believer in Jordan Love. And I love that receiving duo they have. Well, really three. Jaden Reed, they got Dobbs and Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs. So I think they got some weapons over there. And they got Josh Jacobs from the Raiders. I think you taking him over from a Raiders team and putting him with that offense. And I know they lost Aaron Jones. He went to the rival. But I think the Packers team, I think they should get it there. And going to NFC East, I'm a Giants fan, but like I said, I always keep it. I'm unbiased. The Eagles really should, based on paper and talent, they really should win the division. They really should. And I'll say that I got no problem saying it. But the thing about the Eagles that I have a problem with is watching their games. They have a lot of talent, but I didn't like how the players performed last year, and I didn't like the coaching. Both sides of the ball was bad. They made some moves. Harry Roseman, I got to give credit where it's due. He's best GM in football. He makes the moves. He made a whole lot of moves this offseason again. I think he really trying to propel the Eagles, especially making that splash, bringing Saquon over as a rival, bringing Gardner Johnson back over. I mean, the Eagles, the draft moves they make, getting the cornerback. See, they try to address the secondary linebacker spot. I agree with Kendrick and everyone's talking about that too. The linebacker spot, look, that's the one target. Really though, I got a little bit of word on the defense. I want to even see the defensive line because you're drafting two big guys from Georgia. Georgia, they always develop great players, and I was really surprised of why the run game. And I know they're young, but Jalen Carter looks like a stud. He looked real good. But I was really a little surprised why the Eagles' run game was very bad defensively, very bad. And like I said, these guys are young. Really put play calling and Jalen Hurts. I talk with a lot of people about Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is a solid to good quarterback.
Solid to good quarterback. Okay.
He's a great quarterback. The one concern I have with Jalen Hurts too is like him holding on to the ball a lot and holding on to the ball and really trying to look for. I think that Vikings game last season woke me up too because AJ Brown I kind of look at him sometimes as a selfish player, and I know players get emotional. AJ Brown, he strikes me a little bit as a selfish player sometimes. He's a great player. Eagles got great weapons, but and I really feel like Jalen Hurts really tries to force and get him the ball, and. Believe me, I wish I had the Eagles' offensive line. Their offensive line is great. A lot of Pro Bowl caliber players. But Jalen Hurts stands in that pocket like the line is invincible. And it's really not. He's got to be careful. I really think he's got to be careful on how he's holding that ball. Because he does, I feel like the fumble issues is coming around. And obviously, we saw the Super Bowl 2 years ago. That was a big fumble, and that probably changed the game. Or anyone would probably say it could have changed the game. But and the one thing I really want to see too is getting him back in the run game. I know he wasn't healthy this past season, but I think hopefully Kellen Moore will probably get him back in the run game. Maybe get some little RPO motion going again with or with the AFC, but really just having him and Saquon. So I really, Jalen Hurts, I really got my eyes on him. I really want to see how he progresses. The defense too, and really the coaching. I really think coaching is important. And the one thing I really don't understand with the Eagles last year, I don't understand why they didn't run the ball more. I mean, you have such a dominant offensive line. DeAndre Swift could just get the ball and get 5 yards easily. I mean, I don't know what Brian Johnson's thinking. Like, DeAndre Swift was that good. He's from Philly too. I don't know how you let someone come in like that. You make that move. And, it's like I said, the second he gets the ball, he could get so many yards. They just stop using him. Because the Eagles, they were too pass heavy. I really think Eagles were too pass heavy last year, in my opinion.
That's true.
That's where I got. I really think if they got to the run game, they would have got further. The Buccaneers game was a bad game. I'm not really too surprised, but I think they needed a lot of changes, especially with the coordinators. So that's why I want to really see what they do on that part with the coordinators. Because Vic Fangio, he runs that 3-4 defense. They're bringing him over from Miami. So we'll see what he does. Who else? Dallas Cowboys regular season team every year, and they didn't make any moves at all this year. There was rumors they was going to go get Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry probably thought he was going to go there too. They didn't bring him back. They brought Zeke Elliott back. They just picked up Dalvin Cook. I mean, Rico died. So they got this. I don't know. The running back room is they didn't really make any moves really. Just picked up a couple of little minor defensive line moves, the defensive end, defensive tackle. So we already know when the playoffs arrive what the Cowboys really are. I'm not surprised they lost in the playoffs last year. Dak Prescott, he's really good in the regular season. Don't get me wrong, he's really good. The playoffs, you just know that he's going to throw interceptions. And like I said, 2 years ago, at 49ers game, I had him throwing picks in that game. I was actually calling picks. I had the 49ers winning that game. And I'm not surprised the Packers went into Dallas and won that game too. And actually going back to the Packers, if Jordan Love, I really felt like the Packers could have actually went to the Super Bowl last year. I feel like they gave that game up, and the Detroit Lions gave that game up. The 49ers got very lucky they got there last year.
Man.
Washington was one of the few teams I've always looked at. I really thought that they were a quarterback away from really doing something. And this is before they made those, when they started trading away Chase Young, Montez Sweat. I thought their defensive line was the best, like really up there on the list. I really thought they needed a quarterback badly. I think their running backs solid. Jaden Daniels coming in. We'll see how he does. But Washington desperately needed the quarterback. And going to my Giants, I agree with Kendrick saying Daniel Jones. Quarterback position, he's the one that we really have to look at. I don't like what I'm seeing coming off the injury in the his first preseason action game against the Texans, throwing bad. He just looked bad. But I know it's preseason, not to look too much into it. Dan Jones has been here for it feels like 10 years. But every year he get another opportunity, and this is going to be his last year. Coming back, hopefully he's healthy now. We got to see what he does. I think the Giants look good on the defensive side. The defensive side, they look really good. Offense has been terrible every year. The offensive line can't block. They can't do anything. So they finally progressed, and they got some linemen. And, some people said they gave away Barkley. They tried to build the lineup a little more. John Runyon, Jermaine Illuminor. They got a little more depth guys on the offensive line. Defensive line, I love bringing in Brian Burns from the Panthers. I think, me personally, I'm a big pass rush. I'm a big fan of pass rush and running backs. Aside from my team, I love watching teams with running backs and pass rush. And Giants, well, they're always known for having a pass rush. So I think bringing that back to the team will help out. The secondary is young. They just signed back Adoree Jackson to probably be cornerback too. The secondary is very young, so their pass rush is really going to have to help. I really love the front seven. Malik Neighbors look like he should be good. Probably the best weapon that we've had as a receiver on offense is Odell. And he's actually coming from LSU also. Not a big college fan, but I follow a little bit of it.
Crazy.
So, and I'm not really mad about Saquon losing him, even though I heard seeing him on the Eagles, though, but I'm going to still support Saquon. I think Devin Singletary is actually a solid running back. But I'm focused more on the line. If you can block for your running backs, they can at least get a little push and get some few more yards. Saquon, he did his best when he was on that team. And I feel like the line got him hurt sometimes. He did a little too much. But
But overall, though, you got the Eagles coming out on top of the division.
Yeah, the Eagles. I'm picking the Eagles to win. They should win the division. Division, yes, definitely.
Got you.
I ain't gonna talk too much more on that, but yeah, honestly, I got the Eagles. They should win the NFC East. Yes.
Got you. Sounds fair. Well, Chris, you want to throw in some?
Yep, I just gotta say this. The only thing I say about the Giants, they got the best D-line in football. That's all I can say. That's the best D-line in football.
Well, Rick, let me ask you this before we give our AFC predictions. Who's a better quarterback in your opinion, Jalen Hurts or Daniel Jones?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say Jalen Hurts.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Come on, bro. Don't let him do that to you, bro.
All right.
Tried to bum rush you on camera. We all know.
Look, believe me, look.
Bro.
All right.
Believe me, look. I said it though. I said it a few minutes ago though. I'm not Jalen Hurts. I don't have him as like a top 5 quarterback in the league. Don't get me wrong on that. Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, is not top 5. I think he's a solid to good quarterback, but he's not like up in that top 5 area in my opinion though.
He got similar numbers like Joe Burrow, who's a top 5 quarterback. Just want to say that. But let's move on to the AFC though.
Yeah, let's go into the AFC. I'm gonna start with you, Kendrick. What do you mean?
Real quick, let me just step in real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Really, now would you say Jalen Hurts' stats really? Would you say is because of the Eagles team and how they support him with the weapons and the offensive line that he has?
Don't. Joe Burrow got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Didn't he have like a top 5 receiving core with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd with Joe Mixon in the backfield? I mean, they never really had a good tight end, but I'm just saying, don't bring up weapons when Joe Burrow has some great weapons as well.
No, but to be fair, he brought up the offensive line too, and you didn't say anything about that. You just went to skill positions.
I mean,
he did say that. He did say that.
Yeah, the offensive line was bad. That is true.
But Joe Burrow still puts up numbers even with a bad offensive line. But I'm just saying is, would he be able to put up those numbers if he didn't have a good skill positions though, with a bad offensive line?
Okay. All right, Kendrick. I'm gonna keep it on you though. You're gonna give your AFC division predictions who you had coming out as the winner for each one for the AFC side.
AFC West, Chiefs. Sorry, Chris. Patty Mahomes is there doing his thing.
What a shame.
I apologize to me for saying that.
Very sorry.
You're a Raiders fan. You're
very sorry. It's a shameful thing, but we're gonna.
You're a Raiders fan, and like
Kendrick. Time out. Who this motherfucker that keeps saying shit? Why are you positive me that the Chiefs are going to win the division? Everybody and their mother know that.
I know, but
just the poor soul in the rules. That's all.
Get a little hope. We got Mar in here believing the Giants going to win.
No false hopes.
No, that's why.
We got Mar here stating the Giants. I don't believe it. I'm stating that. Like
I said Mar saying that the Giants are going to win.
Oh, all right.
That's what I said. So
bro, what did I hold on, Kendrick? I've said multiple times in the group chat on these episodes. This is Patrick Mahomes' league, and everybody else just lives in it. So why would I be mad if it's
suck?
You can still win it. You can still win a downfall them because
time out. Nope. Hold up. Somebody's commenting again. What you say?
I didn't say nothing. All I said was shout out to the Raiders.
Hold up. Hey, call me. You get three of them.
I said shout out to the Raiders, though.
All right. Now you're pushing it, Chris. Now you push, Chris. I was just trying to.
Let my man Kendrick give us analysis. Let him give us analysis.
I didn't say they sucked. I was just trying to give you support.
Kendrick, finish your analysis, man. Finish your analysis.
All right, Chris.
Call me. You get 3 of them Jones.
Yes, Chris. We got you, Chris. I'm gonna call you when we get 3 in 35 years.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the AFC West Chiefs, AFC East. I'm going with the Jets. As long as Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, that's his division to lose. Just like how it was last year. It was his division to lose, and he lost it because he got hurt.
Okay.
That's all it really was.
Okay.
AFC South, those are my Super Bowl, the team who's also going to be in the Super Bowl, the Texans. They finished in top 2 in the AFC.
Okay.
It's just how they gonna go up against the Chiefs and what the Chiefs do. But
That's
I got
just
them
how they're
top two in the
moving.
AFCs. And then the AFC North, this is where I get a little iffy at because I don't know if I want to say the Ravens or the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's tough.
And it's like, and it leads me in a slippery slope because I mean,
That's
yes, the
tough.
Ravens is the Ravens with United with Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, with
He's the
Derrick
guy,
Henry
right?
now with that ungodly RPO option that's really gonna just give team fits. But then there's also Joe Burrow though. He's a hooper, and it's like I don't know. It's just real tough for me overall. So if I have to say, I'm gonna take a shot on this one, and I'm gonna take the Bengals.
Okay. All right. You going with the Bengals. You're going with Joe Burrow. Mar, I'm gonna swing it to you, then swing it to Chris. Mar, give out your divisional winners for the AFC.
All right, bam. Starting off with the most obvious, Kansas City is gonna win their division. No explanation needed.
Nope.
AFC South.
Hold on, Mark. I gotta cut you off real quick. I gotta cut you off. Peanut Gallery keep talking that bullshit. Like they gonna do something. Like they ain't gonna be the same spot the Raiders gonna be by the end of the year. That's sitting on the couch watching stuff the other teams in the Super Bowl. So watch your mouth.
Damn, why we gotta go that far?
He got keep.
We only talking about the division. We only talking about the division.
Division, bro. Division talk. Division.
He don't want to keep adding his 2 cents. See, Colin, this is what makes the collapse that much funnier when it happens. Because of you. Because of you.
All right, go ahead.
All right. For the AFC South, it's crazy because when the season ended, I thought Jacksonville was just gonna run this division for the next 4 to 5 years, and then I saw C.J. Stroud actually play football because I don't watch college, and he's nice, so I have to switch my answer to the Texans. But I'm not gonna lie, Colts could be something. I'm just saying, the Colts could be something. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans. But watch out for the Colts, low key.
Okay.
AFC North. This is a tricky one. I gotta go with the Browns.
Right.
I gotta go with the Browns.
Oh, really? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
What? I gotta hear it.
I don't like Joe Burrow. I just constantly.
All right. What about Joe Burrow? Okay, so it's like, what is it?
I hate the fact that everyone labels Joe Burrow a winner and not Jalen Hurts. It just doesn't make sense to me. Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl and lost, and he's a winner. But Jalen Hurts goes to the Super Bowl and loses, and he's not a winner. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. So until everyone can explain that to me, I don't want to see Joe. I don't want people to keep calling him a winner if he hasn't won. So I just want to see him lose. So it doesn't make sense.
Sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy, but it makes sense. Like, when you think about it, all you gotta do is listen to what I'm saying.
That's true.
When they start calling Jalen Hurts a winner, I'm not saying Joe Burrow's terrible. I'm not saying I don't like Joe Burrow. I don't like the fact that people are putting the winner label on him and not
narrative. Not a good
narrative. I like Joe Burrow as a player. I think Joe Burrow's a top 5 quarterback. I just don't like the narrative that everyone puts on him. It's just not fair. Like, why isn't Jimmy G and Brock Purdy a winner? It doesn't make sense. So,
okay.
I can easily tell you why Jimmy G.
I was about to say, whoa, Jimmy G. I was like, wait, I saw you throw it in there. I'm like, Jimmy G.
I'm just saying, man. How many NFC championships did he make? He made a Super Bowl. I'm just saying.
I mean,
the same amount against
that's tough.
for taking drugs for still being ass.
Jimmy G. Jimmy G.
That's
all right.
The Ravens. I honestly I like their offense, but I honestly don't know how Derrick Henry's gonna look like. I don't know how many carries you give Derrick Henry to take the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hand. It may sound crazy when I say it, but Derrick Henry is only good. Derrick Henry is like a normal running back. He's only good when he gets past the line of scrimmage, when he gets into the secondary. If someone meets him in a hole or someone gets him as soon as he gets the handoff, he's nothing. He has to get to the linebackers and beyond to be effective. So it's just like, how many carries do you give him before Lamar has to do something himself with the ball? Like, it's kind of
But I think that's the whole
thing.
point of the RPO though with them.
Yeah, but you still have to get Derrick Henry started. He only gets but that's what I'm saying though. If you're not wearing down the offense, if you're not wearing down the defense enough, he's not gonna get started. He's not beating nobody through the hole. He's not beating nobody at the handoff at the line of scrimmage. He's not. It's just not him. I'm not saying he doesn't have the capabilities, but his main goal is to just tire you down the whole game. Like, that's just he's I don't know, he's just that durable to where it's like he takes 25 carries, he could take 25 carries. Like, prime example, like Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb could take all those carries, but he's not wearing you down to be effective. He's already effective. You feel me? Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry is just like, I'm gonna get past the linebackers in this open season. So it's like, you got to take the ball out of Lamar's hand to get Derrick Henry started. And you gotta take the ball out of Lamar's hand. You gotta take the ball out of Derrick Henry's hand to keep Lamar in the flow of the game. So it could be a double-edged sword. So until I actually see it, I gotta go with the Browns. And the AFC East, I'm gonna just go ahead and agree with Kendrick because I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. Price, I'll put him as a top 2 quarterback right now. I don't care. And he was supposed to win the division last year. It was just the injury. So, like I said, no explanation for this one either. It's the Jets.
Ooh, all right, Chris. Before we swing it off to Rick, I'm gonna swing it off to you, Chris. Your divisional winners for the AFC. Who you have?
All right. Well, I'm gonna agree with the masses so far. I also got the Jets winning this division. I originally picked the Dolphins last year. They made me like some damn fools. So I don't care how much money Tua gets. I don't care about all that.
They got cold.
They got cold.
Exactly. Once it hits November, they're gonna stink anyway. So I'm not counting the Dolphins anymore. The Bills, Josh Allen done lost his best friends everywhere, and all he got now is Khalil Shakur, who I will say I think he's going to be a breakout player. I will give him that. I think he will be the breakout player. But outside of that, they'll beat the playoffs, but they ain't gonna win the division. And the Patriots are the Patriots. We ain't got to talk about that. So, like Kendrick said, she said it best. It's Aaron Rodgers' division to lose at this point. I will go to the AFC West to get over with. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is Mahomes' league, and we're just living in it. So he gonna somehow find a way, with no matter who's playing, who's not playing, to win 12, 13 games, get a number 1 seed, number 2 seed, and then somehow miraculously beat everybody, whether it's home or away, get back to the Super Bowl, and probably three-peat and create a dynasty for sure. So, I'm already calling that now.
Super honest.
I know, and he probably ain't gonna beat the Eagles to win the Super Bowl either, because they ain't gonna make it. So we go to AFC North now. I'm still going to pick the Ravens. I'm gonna have the Ravens repeat. I did like what Mara was saying about Derrick Henry and the type of running back that he is, but I feel like that's what makes them a little more dangerous now. Because one, just the aura of Derrick Henry being around, you gotta take that into consideration. So now that RP does become more dangerous. And Lamar has shown that once the run game gets going, his passing game gets going. Now, what I will say that gives me cause to pause for the Ravens is they did lose 2 key running backs in order to get Derrick Henry. And Kenyon Mitchell still isn't fully healthy yet, so there goes their speedster right there. But again, the Ravens have one of the best defenses in the league. And I feel like just that alone, and them knowing how close they were to getting to the Super Bowl, how close he was to being Patrick Mahomes, and the way they lost, that has to resonate, that has to sting, and that has to give them some sort of motivation to go back out here and finish the job, because you were that close to the doorstep as it was. And really, if you didn't change your game plan, you probably would have been in the Super Bowl if you just ran the ball like you were supposed to. I do think, with that being said, though, this is John Harbaugh's last year with the Ravens if they don't make it to the Super Bowl. I don't care how deep they get in the playoffs. If they don't go to the Super Bowl, they're going to have a new head coach next year. Who that may be, I have no idea. AFC South, I'm going to say I'm gonna say the Texans. I see why Mark said the Colts because the Colts are a sneaky good team. They are a sneaky good team, but a lot of that relies on the improvement of Anthony Richardson. And so far, from what I'm hearing through the preseason, is he's still having a hard time adjusting to the NFL game. Now, with that being said, the purpose of the Colts picking him was because he was going to be a project quarterback like Josh Allen, and he got hurt early on his rookie year, so he didn't get a full year underneath his belt. So my advice to him, or not advice, my goal for him this year is just to stay healthy. Let's just see what a full season with you looks like. Whether your offensive linemen get hurt, whether the skill players get hurt, let's just see you with a full season. Let me see your intangibles. Let me see the raw talent that made you the top 5 pick in the draft. Let's just see that. And then maybe moving forward, we can see the team, the threat that the Colts can be. But I'm sorry, man. It's got to be the Texans. I hate Ohio State. Kendrick, you with me in this boat. We hate Ohio State. But boy.
Burning passion.
But boy, there's something about CJ Stroud. And there's something about the way that a certified dog. A certified dog. And not only that, though, he already had weapons as it was, but then you give him Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs, even if it's for a 1-year rental for both of them. You give him 2 more weapons, and he was already making stuff work with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. And Noah Brown. I shout out Noah Brown, too, even though you're not in the Texas anymore. Shout out Noah
Commanders,
Brown.
though. He about to hoop there, though.
Yep.
He definitely might. Him and Terry McLaurin might be a scary duo, but I digress. And then you look at the defensive end, they added more players and got another pass rusher to go along with Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter. So right now, they literally have a team. They have a team that is set to compete until CJ Stroud is due for his big payday.
Right.
So you got to make the most of the opportunity right now. Now, I don't know how they'll stack up against the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, those type of teams. But what I do know is they should be able to run through the South to get to the playoffs. Now, when that comes, that's a completely different story, but it has to be the Texans.
Great. All right, man. Love the analysis, Chris. Rick, spotlight's on you. We're going to end off the topic with you, and then Kendrick's going to introduce the next topic, the award predictions. Go ahead, Rick.
All right. Yeah, I do agree on some points.
Move your mic a little bit more to the camera. There you go.
Here we go.
Yep. Perfect.
Oh, yeah. So I was saying, I do agree a little bit of what everyone was saying. Kendrick, Chris, and Mar on certain points that they made. So I'm going to start on the AFC West. The Chiefs is the obvious answer. I actually had the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl last year. Everyone was sleeping on going into the playoffs because I know everyone was looking at Baltimore as one of the teams, per se, Bills. So I did have the Chiefs because I know the Chiefs wasn't looking too good. It wasn't looking hot. I told everyone, don't sleep on the Chiefs. So I actually had them going through, and they ended up doing that, and they ended up winning. I do like the Raiders pickup. I think Christian Wilkins is a big pickup on the defensive line. I love that pickup, having him with Max Crosby on the line. I think that could be very dangerous because he was real good at Miami. The Chargers, I know they brought Harbaugh over from Michigan. I know they got that heavy run style offense. I think he'll probably try to implement that. They drafted a offensive lineman on that with that first round pick that they had, so he'll probably try to implement that Michigan type of offense there. But really, the AFC West should be the Kansas City Chiefs once again. AFC South, I'm a big fan of CJ Stroud. I've never really been a fan of quarterbacks. He's probably he's my favorite quarterback right now. Yeah, just watching how he played. Smart young quarterback. He's a real good dude on and off the field. With him and D'Amico Ryans is going to that team and what they did last season. Tank Dell had got hurt. Him and Nico Collins to the deep ball was special. And you just added more weapons. You just added Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon. Devin Singletary was solid, believe me. And they had Damian Pierce too. But adding Joe Mixon coming over from the Bengals. And a pass rusher they got that I actually wanted the Giants to get too, but I know he's a little, 29, 30 years old now, but the deal Hunter, beast for the Minnesota Vikings. Having him on the opposite side of Will Anderson, that's just even more deadly right there. So the Texans, they should win that division. I think Jacksonville could be okay. I know Trevor Lawrence got that contract. Not many people really hound Trevor Lawrence. I kind of want to see what he does. I think Travis Etienne's a good running back. So I think the Jags should be good, but I don't know. We'll see. Tennessee, I know they kind of just been all over the place the past couple of years, losing A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry. They brought in DeAndre Hopkins. They got Calvin Ridley. They brought in Pollard from the Cowboys now. So I feel like they did some solid moves. The Titans. I feel like they gave us some solid moves, but I don't know if they're there yet. The Colts. Big fan of Jonathan Taylor. He's coming back. He got his contract before. Hey, Rich. He got hurt, so we'll see how he's coming back too and what that young team will do. I think the Colts could be a little competitive. I'd probably say it could be them and the Texans for it, but I'm going to lean with the Texans winning that division. AFC North. I had this division being the best division in football. I believe it was for last season, and it actually was very competitive. I think the clear, for most people that would probably pick, would be Baltimore. I'm a little bit with Mar and a little bit too, where it's like Cleveland, they jump out you a little bit, and really because I feel like they got some good running backs, quarterback positions just shaky. I think they got a good offensive line. They got a good solid defense. They got some offensive weapons. Nick Chubb's going to be out for the first 4 games, though, but I think they have some solid backs enough to maybe try to keep up with that. But they were very competitive in that game. It was a high-scoring game with Baltimore when they played them. But the Bengals should be good. Joe Burrow, Chase, Higgins, that team should be good once again. But I'm going to lean on Baltimore, really, because bringing over Derrick Henry, that should be it. I think that should be another piece added right there to the run game, RPO. I might even see if maybe they try to get a little passing game, maybe some screens with Derrick Henry, try to get him more involved, try to get the ball in his hands, try to make something happen. But really just having that dual threat of having Lamar with Derrick Henry should be deadly. You got some receivers, Bateman, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, likely. I think Baltimore should, and they got a real good defense. Lamar Jackson's also one of the quarterbacks I got my eye on too. Every year, actually, he's added to my list with like Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, because I feel like Lamar Jackson is very good, but for some reason every year he just can't do it. And I really on his part too. I really do think that he be making mistakes. Also, some of it you can blame coach, but I really do think Lamar does make mistakes, but he just can't get there. For some reason, he can't get there. But I'm going to pick Baltimore for that division. AFC East, I agree with everyone else. It should be the Jets. Aaron Rodgers coming back. They just got to keep him healthy. They reinforced on the offensive line. Aaron Rodgers obviously got hurt 4 plays in this past season, which was a shame. Took that ruptured his Achilles after that sack from Leonard Floyd, who's actually with 49ers now, so we'll see him next Monday. But having Aaron Rodgers, you got Garrett Wilson. They brought in Mike Williams, just coming back off of that injury. So they got some weapons. Breece Hall should get a lot of carries. I'm expecting him to be one of the top running backs in the league this year. So you have that safety blanket there. And their defense was top. The defense has been amongst the top in the past couple of years. Now they just don't have a quarterback. But now you got Aaron Rodgers coming in. He just got to be healthy. They keep him healthy, and that team is healthy. They should win the East, I believe, with no problem, and should be a definite threat in the AFC. I think Miami's really good. I think Miami's good. Tua, I'm not really a fan of Tua like that. I just don't. Their quarterback position is shaky to me. I think they got the weapons. The wide receiving core looks good. Team looks good on paper, but Tua, I'm not really a big fan of Tua. I don't know how much they'll do. The Patriots, they're just rebuilding. They got the young quarterback. They're just going there. Josh Allen lost his weapons, and Josh Allen is also on my list of quarterbacks. Also, every year that he just can't get there. Added to my list with Lamar Jackson. Those are 2 I look at every year because Josh Allen, he just can't get through Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But yeah, that's my takes right there. That's my division.
That's some solid divisional winners. I understand where you're coming from. So we're gonna move on to the next topic, and we're gonna do our awards predictions. Who's gonna come out on top as the best offensive player, best defensive player, best rookie, best defensive rookie, best head coach. Rick, I'm gonna start with you. What's your award season looking like for the NFL?
All right. You got a particular category you want me to choose for?
No, just list them all. List them all, whatever one you want. List them all, whatever order you want to go in.
Okay, so for MVP, I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud. I'm going with CJ Stroud for MVP. I really think just giving him all those weapons and just everything right there for him. Just what he did in the rookie year, probably had the greatest rookie year as a quarterback we've seen. I just really think he's just calm, patient in the pocket. He delivers the ball, great arm. After you just give him those weapons and you protect him, I think he's going to make the right decisions within that offense.
I agree.
One, actually, a category I'm also looking at too, comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
I'm looking at, I think some of you might actually agree with me. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers.
I think, yeah.
Player of the year.
Yeah.
I just talked about it. Got hurt 4 plays in. He's got to do it. Like I said, you protect Aaron Rodgers. I take Aaron Rodgers still healthy. Over
a lot of quarterbacks now.
A lot of quarterbacks in this game today, even though he's 40 years old. I told some people past couple years, I still take Aaron Rodgers over Dak Prescott. Within the past couple years. Aaron Rodgers is still that good. I still think he could do it. He's got to be healthy.
Man, Dak Prescott.
What other category am I looking at? So we got MVP.
Yeah, offensive player of the year.
Offensive player of the year.
Who you got winning that?
I know CMC got it. I know CMC got it this past year. Man, that's tough. I really want to say a wide receiver. I really want to say
it's the wide receiver, in my opinion.
I really want to say, JJ. Like JJ's the one that just comes at you. Like you want to say JJ, but it's like you got Sam Darnold throwing the ball, and I know you got to give him the ball. You know what? And I know since we talked a lot about the Bengals and everything, just for that, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna go Jamar Chase.
Okay.
I'll go a little different. I'll go Jamar Chase.
Hold on, wait. So so first things first. You said Jamar Chase for your offensive player of the year. Comeback player of the year, you got Aaron Rodgers. That's your first 2 picks. So you got to pick your MVP, defensive player of the year,
MVP,
and then rookie of the year.
MVP CJ Stroud.
Even MVP. So who's your rookie of the year?
Rookie of the year. I really want to say Malik Neighbors. I really want to see Malik Neighbors, but Daniel Jones is what comes in. I want to see what Mark going to say. I know he probably would.
Yeah, Daniel Jones ain't. Yeah, you got a quarterback like that. You know, it's just
to do it. I'm gonna go and just do it. Just to make it nice and interesting. I'm gonna go Caleb Williams.
Oh, Greg would have loved to hear that. Greg would have loved to hear that.
I know. But look, just
Greg would love to hear that.
Different. I'll go Caleb Williams.
All right, you okay? You go with Caleb Williams.
All right, what's the last one I'm missing?
Defensive player of the year.
Oh, defensive player of the year.
Who you got?
Oh, I'm gonna go. Dang, defensive player. I don't know why Michael Parsons just struck at me. I know he real good.
No, I mean, you ain't wrong if you.
But he don't show up in the playoffs, though. That's the problem, though. But
they focus on him. That's why.
That's true. Yeah, it's like yeah. Context is important.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Myles Garrett.
What that mean?
Back to back.
He said, "What that mean?"
Cause y'all said he gonna focus on him. What that mean? Like,
I watched 3 years of 90 and the Raiders get triple teamed every game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what that mean? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what that mean? If you that good, you still gonna get the damn award. Like,
exactly. He ain't that good. I mean, for regular season wise, yeah. I mean, again, it's a regular season award though. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
All right. So just to give a quick summary: defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett. Comeback player of the year, Aaron Rodgers. Offensive player of the year, you're going with Jamar Chase. Rookie of the year, Caleb. MVP, CJ Stroud. Okay. I like.
And real quick, just like an honorable mention, really in that offensive, like I'm really high on B. John Robinson. I'm gonna just put it out there again. I'm really high on B. John Robinson. Like I know CMC won it this past year. I really think he got that potential to take that type of step. I'm gonna just say it out there though. I'm just saying it.
Okay, Mara, I saw you unmic yourself. What do you want to say before you swing it to Kendrick?
No, that's I was just saying what that mean about Michael Parsons with them focusing on him. That shouldn't mean nothing. That's all.
Oh, listen, Kendrick, I'm gonna swing it to you, man. Your word. Who you got winning offensive player?
No. Don't do that. Not yet. Kyle, I want your award predictions. Let's go.
You want my word predictions?
Yep.
All right, MVP. I think CJ Stroud. I think he's gonna have that. He's just gonna take it to the next level. I don't think he's going to the Super Bowl, but he definitely taking it to the next level. Rookie of the year. Ah, man. Right now, Caleb Williams seems like the best choice.
Yeah, I'm sick. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this hype everybody sees that I clearly don't see. I'm sick of this, yo.
Listen. This is my thing. Is he better than Justin Fields? Yes. But
he didn't even play.
Okay. All right.
I'm predicting he's gonna be better.
How you gonna say prediction in your mind that answers a question like we the fools? Like we the fools. He's not better than Justin Fields. He should have been picked number 1 in my opinion.
What? Oh. Damn.
Very overrated. But continue.
Very overrated? Oh man.
Bro,
okay.
I don't. What was the hype that you saw with USC last year?
What did he do?
Very overrated. I mean, very overrated is tough.
What did he do?
I saw this man have a 28-point against Colorado. This is the same Colorado team that lost 7 of its last 8 games and started 3-0, and they won by a field goal? They were 41-38. So yeah, I'm just curious where this hype is coming from.
Well, all right, let me rephrase myself. I want to believe that he'll be a better quarterback. At this point, he's got to be. So I'm going to put my belief in Caleb Williams winning Rookie of the Year. That's my honest belief. I really feel like... But I will say this much. I understand what you guys witnessed in college. I can see why you'd be skeptical. I see it. But I think his mental... more so the intangibles, his mental, in my opinion. I think just watching some of the Hard Knock and seeing how he was talking, I just think he got the mental.
Look good at Hard Knock. Everybody look good at camera. We just doing your job.
I get it, but it's just I'm banking on the mental aspect. I'm banking on he's got that dog in him that he's gonna. We'll see what Caleb does this season.
What is this dog? Y'all see? This one I don't understand.
Chris,
Kenny,
and Chris, I ain't cut you off. Look, believe me, I was hesitant to really pick Caleb because really Malik Neighbors is really who I want to pick. But like I said, I'm not going with him. Like that's why I'm really going with Caleb really because of the talent around him. But he just gotta do his job. But I'm really just going based off the talent. But really, he's not my number 1 choice. But just to be a little different, just put it out there. I'm gonna say I went with Caleb. But really, Malik Neighbors really would be my number 1 choice.
Offensive Player of the Year. It could be between Tyreek Hill, Lamb, or Jamar Chase. Either one of those 3. I'm going with Tyreek Hill. Me personally. I'm going with Tyreek Hill. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons, in my opinion.
Micah.
Micah.
Absolutely. So you were thinking Parsons too, so it wasn't just me then.
I was going to pick, I was going to choose him, but in Comeback Player of the Year, I mean,
so if he played the Giants every week, he'd win it every year though.
I mean, listen. What you about to say, Chris?
I ain't saying nothing. I just want to hear this. I just want to hear the rest of your award predictions. That's all.
Comeback Player of the Year. I mean, if he does it, Aaron Rodgers at 40 years old, but then Anthony Richards, he got hurt. So if he comes back, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers just because let's see what 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers does. So, but my runner-up would be Anthony Richardson just because he got hurt. His season got cut. And we didn't get to see what he could do. Go ahead, Chris. You up next.
You ain't done the more predictions yet? Keep going.
I gave my Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and MVP.
We doing Coach of the Year? I'm just asking. We doing Coach of the Year?
I mean, those are all part of the awards, but I guess
those are part of the awards. Yeah, that was part of the awards.
And no, I'm not taking Nick Sirianni as a fucking answer, so don't say his name.
Man. Well, you just took my choice. What was I going to say there?
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, never mind. I'll go. He said he don't even know who to say. Never mind. You should have said the person that's supposed to win it last year.
But he's not.
No. You say you're not going to win this year. Who am I referring to?
Chris, go ahead, Chris. The spotlight's on you, man.
The spotlight been on you. Who am I referring to? Because you said he's not going to win it this year. So who did I say supposed to win Coach of the Year last year? So you say he's not going to win it this year.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
But you got his quarterback win MVP though. Okay.
Wait, Carl, who you chose for head coach? Who did you choose for head coach?
It's tough right now. I'm trying to choose. It's tough.
It's not that tough.
I don't think I even chose one either.
I didn't even choose. That's what I'm like.
I'm gonna be a little different though. I'm gonna go Raheem Morris. I'm gonna go a little different.
That is very different. I did not expect to hear that name. I'll be honest.
I ain't expect that.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go Raheem Morris.
Okay. All right.
All right, Colin. Who's your coach of the year?
Oh man, you put me on the spot. All right, I guess I'm gonna go. Who's gonna win Coach of the Year?
You know what I'm saying? You know what? You're gonna say Robert Saleh, so we'll just say Robert Saleh's his pick. He got Robert Saleh winning Coach of the Year.
He probably wants to say Nick Sirianni though, right? Want to say Sirianni?
Bro, why would Nick Sirianni win it anyway?
I went you. I'm going Robert Saleh. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going Robert Saleh. I ain't gonna lie. That was
Shoot, let me get mine out the way real fast since we're doing this. So I'm actually gonna do MVP last. I'm gonna save MVP for last. So I'm gonna go with Coach of the Year. I'm just gonna get out the way. The person that got robbed last year, in my opinion, DeMeco Ryans. How the hell did he not win Coach of the Year last year? Like, can we be for real? I understand what Kevin Stefanski did with the Browns. I'm not taking any credit for that. But what were the Texans the year before DeMeco Ryans got there? In the fucking lottery, a top 3 pick. What were the Browns before Kevin Stefanski get here? Middle of the pack. So now all of a sudden, DeMeco Ryans turns a 3-1 team into a playoff team, and he can't get Coach of the Year. Man, please. Comeback Player of the Year. I know y'all saying Aaron Rodgers, and that's fine. I'm saying Anthony Richardson because I think the raw talent's going to be on display. And again, Aaron Rodgers getting back to form is something that we expect to see. I get he won Comeback Player of the Year because of the fact he played 4 plays, but we don't know what Anthony Richardson can do. So he might show out. You feel me? For Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm surprised nobody said this, so I'll say it. I'm taking Jaden Daniels. He's, in my opinion, who should have gone number 1 overall. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I see dog in Jaden Daniels, and I think the Commanders got a great one. And then now what they need to do in the upcoming drafts is get an offensive line so they can protect him. Because the last thing Jaden Daniels needs to do with an injury history of hurting his knees is to be running around everywhere because like he's Justin Fields because his offensive line can't block a traffic cone. We can't have that happening. For DPOI, you can call it a bias. I think it's over. I think it's well overdue for this man. Can Max Crosby get his award, please? Can Max Crosby get his award, please?
Yeah.
Please. It does not feel like he does not. I know a lot of defensive players talk about him, but it really does not feel like he gets his flowers enough. Because I've seen this man on a Raiders team that's had a bottom-tier defense for the last 3 years. Yet somehow, some way, this brother is still finding out a way to make all-pro teams every year. Getting double-digit sacks, 13.5, 15.5 sacks. Getting triple teams. I saw this man knee swell to the size of a balloon off after a Sunday game and played 4 days later and got a sack against Patrick Mahomes. I'm not taking anything away from Myles Garrett or TJ Watt. I am not. But when I watch them play when I watch Max Crosby play, they get double teamed. They see more than one person. I've never seen anybody have damn near the whole line just blocking him because nobody else was a third on the defensive line to get to the quarterback. He literally had 3 to 4 players blocking him to stop from getting Patrick Mahomes and still got the sack. I just want him to get his flowers. That's really it. I really just want him to get his flowers. For MVP, I can't believe I'm even going to say this. I really can't. I really think Lamar might go back to back for MVPs. I really do. Because for the simple fact that I really think kind of like the Cowboys, the Ravens really are a regular season team, and I expect them to be competing for that number one seed and possibly even get it again because they really didn't lose anybody from the roster and they just added Derrick Henry. So now I expect Lamar Jackson to do the same thing he did last year, which is run the RPO to perfection and dump it off to your tight ends or your wide receivers. And he's already got one of the best tight end duos in the league right now with Likely and Mark Andrews. We're not even talking about Mark Andrews. I haven't heard his name once talking about the Ravens. He's the top 3 tight end right there. He come back and you still got Likely backing him up, and you still got Zay Flowers on the outside. Like, he really has weapons. And I feel like if he gets his team to another 13 wins and show off that electrifying play that he's done for ever since he came into the league, why not walk away with MVP again?
Why not? Okay. All right. Great picks.
That's a real good list, Chris.
Great picks.
Like you said, having Christian Wilkins on the line should even open it up more for Max Crosby on that defensive line too.
Our defense will be nice. Our defense will be sturdy this year. Now, our record probably not going to be sturdy, but our defense will be sturdy.
All right, Mar. Kendrick, did you get a chance to give out your predictions? Or you ever got?
Y'all were going.
All right, Mark. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
All right. So for Defensive Player of the Year, this doesn't really happen a lot. Like the last person I know to win DPOY is a corner, Stephon Gilmore in the Patriots. And I think Charles Woodson won DPOY one year.
I think.
I'm gonna go with Patrick Surtain second.
When
I watch Patrick Surtain, it's like I'm watching another receiver run the route. It's just amazing. His ball hawking skills, his anticipation, his reflexes, and he's just patient. Like he's patient and waiting for the receiver and waiting for the ball. So I feel like Patrick Surtain. I'm gonna take him for DPOY. For defensive, I said defensive, my bad. For Rookie of the Year, all day Malik Neighbors, Rookie of the Year. I feel like when he gets the ball, it's gonna be one of those things where he's just getting the ball out in traffic, not out in traffic, but out in space, and he's gonna be able to do whatever he wants with it. If they don't run him like that, then I'm gonna just be mad. But I feel like Malik Neighbors has the ability, the speed, and the overall just mentality of going to go get it on every snap or every time the ball comes his way. So I'm gonna go with Malik Neighbors with my Rookie of the Year. Coach of the Year, I gotta keep it in New York. I gotta go with Brian DeBull. Like he's just the bull. So I'm gonna go Brian DeBull. MVP. I really don't know who I want to take for MVP. This is gonna sound crazy, but I guess I'm being biased. But I'm just looking at Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, really. It's like bro, I don't know. Like Aaron Rodgers, the numbers he puts up, the efficiency he puts up, he doesn't turn the ball over. Like
okay.
you know when he has the ball, you're coming away with 7 points. I can't say that for a lot of other quarterbacks. Like it's like just watching them, you're just like, yeah, they're gonna score. Yeah, they're about to go score.
Okay.
Like it's just nothing you can do on the defensive side when you're playing against them. It's just tough. Offensive Player of the Year, I gotta go with his receiver, Garrett Wilson. I'm a big fan of Garrett Wilson. I wanted to see the duo play last year, but I didn't get a chance to. No one can cover Garrett Wilson. No defense can cover Garrett Wilson. And I mean, he was doing it with Zach Wilson throwing him the ball. So, when AR gets back there, there's no telling what he's gonna do when he's getting the ball.
That's true.
Comeback Player of the Year. I gotta go with my guy, Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. Like
I didn't expect that.
I know you didn't. I know no one probably expected it, but that's my dog.
Hold on. Hold on. Can I ask you a question? How the hell he gonna win comeback player of the year?
What do you mean?
How the hell is he gonna win it?
He can't win it.
I'm asking you how, because I mean he was hurt last year, but was he? How many
said,
games did he miss?
He did miss half the rest of the season. I feel like they did take him out like halfway through the season. Or am I wrong?
Because they had. Remember.
I mean, I saw him.
They had Joe Flacco on the team, right? Joe
Sure
Flacco and what's the other quarterback? Thompson? Was it Thompson?
Yeah.
They had
he only played 6 games last year.
Yeah.
So is he not eligible to win it, Chris?
I mean,
he might be able to.
Maybe.
He might be. I don't know. Yeah, he might.
Well, Cuz only played 6 games out of 17. So, I mean, I don't know how many games you gotta not play to be eligible for it, but
he clearly wasn't missed though.
I didn't see much of him last year, so again, I'm gonna go with Deshaun Watson. So.
All right, Deshaun. All right, what's your next award pick? That was the last pick.
What am I missing?
Oh, that was the last pick. Okay, I thought you already said your coach of the year. You said your Giants coach.
Yeah, Brian.
Hopefully, Moore's right on Malik Neighbors though. I didn't want to say him. I didn't want to say it. I knew Moore was gonna pick him. I didn't want to say it though. But
I like what I see. Yeah, I definitely like what I see. He's gonna be him.
Sure.
He is a dog, but he's going from catching passes from Jane Daniels to catching passes from Daniel Jones.
That's the problem.
That's
scary.
Kendrick, last but not least, let you finish it off with your predictions. Coach of the year.
All right, coach of the year, D'Amico Ryans. Like as Chris said, he should have won last year. Don't know why he didn't win. The only other person I would have felt respectable winning over was Dan Campbell. But again, he still didn't win. So that logic just didn't make sense. MVP.
Because they hate the black man for some reason.
They sure do.
Yeah.
MVP, I've said this already. CJ Stroud's going to have the MVP year, which is going to lead them to the Super Bowl. I've been saying that, and I'm holding to it. Offensive player of the year, I'm going to give it to Saquon Barkley because he actually has an O-line now that can block for him, and we're going to see Saquon be like Penn State Saquon. And I've seen that in person. That is nothing but a straight dog. So I can see him over 1,000 yards, coming close to a CMC season with over 1,000 yards receiving and rushing, honestly.
Okay.
Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully he's healthy.
I mean, healthy. I feel like he can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Comeback player of the year, I'm going to give it to Nick Chubb when he comes back. Because, I mean, when Nick Chubb comes back, we all know what Nick Chubb does with the ball.
Oh, yeah.
So he's always a top 5 running back, regardless. Mr. Consistency, honestly, you can call him that. Offensive rookie year, I'm going Marvin Harrison Jr. because I feel like it's outrageous that nobody's saying him because he is the best receiver in the draft. And there is a reason why he was taken as the first receiver in the draft because he's the
first pick in the draft.
First receiver pick in the draft because he's the best one.
Yeah.
Defensive rookie of the year, I'm going Nate Wiggins. That's on Baltimore. He is going to be a lockdown corner. He's going to come in like how Sauce Gardner came into the league. That's what I'm thinking. Defensive player of the year, I'm going Michael Parsons because he wants his money and he wants it now. And he's going to show, now you didn't pay me now. It's going to cost you even more when I win this defensive player of the year award. So there's that. What am I missing? I gave coach of the year, gave offensive player of the year. Oh, defensive player of the year, defensive rookie year, offensive rookie year. Yeah, I gave all mine.
Okay. All right. Solid picks.
Who's your MVP? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, Mr. Lead the team to the Super Bowl.
Oh man!
Now the Texans get to the Super Bowl and D'Amico Ryans does not win. First of all, not make the Super Bowl because they're not being Mahomes. But in the case that they do, if D'Amico Ryans doesn't get coach of the year this year, oh yeah, Goodell gotta go.
Protesting.
God.
I am.
We gotta throw away the award then at that point.
Isn't that a regular season award?
And that's the problem.
I was just just asking because
no, it is, and that was the problem last year because he was the best. He turned around a team who was the second overall pick to being a division winner, making it to the second round of the second round of the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't understand. So like I'm just didn't understand how he just didn't win. How it wasn't just like a clear cut unanimous decision.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing about the D'Amico Ryans. Last year, the Texans were not projected to even win the division, let alone make the playoffs. The Browns, in some people's eyes, were still expected to make the playoffs or at least compete for. So the fact that they won the division and then beat the Browns, and he didn't get it, that's mind-boggling to me.
I mean, but then we just go over this. Like the Browns went through like what three quarterbacks.
Yeah, they had a lot of good
quarterbacks. The team was 3. What did they go? 2-15? Like, what are we talking about here? You went through 3 quarterbacks and you turned the whole organization around from 2-15 to a division winning a playoff game. Like, how is this not better than going through 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, what more can you do at that point? So, man. With that being said, that concludes.
So going through 3 quarterbacks is not impressive?
I'm not saying it's not impressive, but I'm saying what D'Amico Ryans did is more impressive.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree with Kendrick. D'Amico Ryans, he came in and changed that whole football team. Him and CJ.
He literally made it do a 180.
He changed the culture, literally, yeah.
I will finish off this one thing, though. Caleb Williams is overrated. Don't ever say Justin Fields. He's better than Justin Fields because he never had the same talent that he had, that Caleb Williams has now that he ever had next to him. That's all.
Yeah.
I
know about that, but yeah.
Jalen Hurts is better, but look at come on.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna no. Let's end the episode. We're gonna end the episode on the. Let's end it.
No. What did you say? No, I can't. Hold on. What?
No, y'all, niggas in here talking about some. Justin Fields never had the weapons that Caleb Williams had. Daniel Jones never had the weapons that Jalen Hurts had, but y'all still talk shit about him. I don't understand. Like, make it make sense. Come on now.
Well, okay, all right.
Okay, go ahead, end it, Kyle.
I was about to make it make sense, but all right, go ahead. You can end it.
Go ahead. Hold on, Kenny. Let them go at it. They about to go ahead. Kendrick about to drop your stuff. You about to drop it?
Listen. I will.
This the last stop.
I will say this. Listen, the reason why I say that between Justin Fields and Caleb Williams is because Caleb Williams never has done anything impressive. They always say, "Oh, he's just like Patrick Mahomes," but bro, people can do similar passes as Patrick Mahomes done that any other half the quarterbacks in the league can also do for the most part. For most of his passes, most of the other quarterbacks can do them, right? So it's like you're bringing in Caleb Williams. All right, he was okay, like he's cool, but he doesn't have any great intangibles that make him like that next caliber player, that high tier player, like how Justin Fields. If Justin Fields had that same kindness when he came into the Bears with that talent around him, yes, he would have performed, because if you watched him in college, Justin Fields hooped in college. You saw what he did with receivers with a good team around him. He was hooping. You seen what he didn't have in Chicago. He couldn't hoop. All he could do was look at himself and say, well, I guess I got to do it myself. But now switching on to Hurts and Daniel Jones, right? Hurts played well even with the limited talent he had. I have never actually seen Daniel Jones play well, even around when he had said maybe a talented guy or two, but I've never seen him.
He never had a Devontae Smith caliber.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Only thing they had, Mar, was Saquon. That was it.
That's really it.
Man, like y'all had at least a Devontae Smith. We haven't had that, and y'all took him from us. I'm sick of this shit, man.
All right, we gonna end the episode 169, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed recording this episode. I really love this episode. A special shout out to the guests, Rick. thanks so much for hopping on this. Hopefully, many more to come. You're able to hop on. Love your commentary. Love your analysis. Shout out to everybody on the pod, the regular co-hosts, Kendrick, Chris, and Mar. Love all the analysis and takes. Like I said, hopefully the subscribers and fans enjoy this episode as much as we enjoyed recording this episode. And like I said, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications. That's how you're able to keep up with everything, whatever episode we drop, post, or etc. Just turn on the post notifications and you'll be up to date with everything. Follow us on Instagram at Restricted Zone Pod. Follow the crew individually in the Instagram link, social networks. It'll be inside the link below, so definitely check it out. Don't hesitate to ask us any questions, DM us any questions or topics you want to talk about. We'd be more than glad to do it. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get ready.